We are in the Ram Gallery at Bloodstock on Friday, and this place is just packed to the brim with the most amazing stuff. We've got an Iron Maiden gallery. There's just so much. You got to come in here to check it out for your own self. Plus, we have all of the original Bloodstock artwork, and we are joined by Paul here, who is the brainchild behind the mastermind, I want to say, behind Bloodstock. Paul, I have to ask, so when you first started out with the idea of Bloodstock, did you ever envision that it was going to be what it is today and what it's turned into?
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
As you've seen it grow and grow and grow over the years, there must be a tremendous amount of pride in crafting something that has become so unique and so special to so many people as well.
Absolutely, yeah. But I think from my perspective, it's more about the art side of it, and I've allowed my children, who are absolutely brilliant at what they do, so they run the festival, not me.
Yeah. So this is your playground.
This is
my
your
area.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, speaking of, it's just incredible to walk down here and actually just see the kind of history of it. The Stan, as we're calling him.
Yes.
The original kind of concept for that, was it just sort of a natural thing for you, or did it come from anything in particular?
It was a Derby-based thing, it's like a mythical thing and something from that. So so it's Derby-based. That's why I went with that.
Yeah. And then, do you kind of, you have to obviously reinvent him? Well, not reinvent him, but you have to make are there some very slight little changes every year? Kind of Easter eggs or something that we don't know about?
Well, you do. You start from the beginning. It's totally different, and it sort of evolved when it got to the point where, yes, you started to have this around, and but the backgrounds of the paintings are all, related to the band.
I've actually just noticed the 2020 one, which is relevant because of. Yeah.
Well, I was the only one here. I was painted that was it. So there's no point signing it.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So just talking about the other stuff that's in the gallery this year, the Iron Maiden stuff that we're just looking at here on the other wall, which you'll see in the video. How did that actually come about? Did you reach out and make that happen, or how did
I
it
spoke
come
to
to
Mark
be?
Wilkinson, who does all the artwork, and Mark's been a good friend, and he actually did my book, put that together, and
book.
He suggested he actually designed the wall, which I thought was really cool.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And because I said I wanted to have two guitars made, based on the Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
And we sort of he did a really good job of that, and made it happen.
And then with obviously with Mark's involvement in it, did John, obviously the Maiden's photographer, did that come because of this, or was it a joint thing?
Well,
as you can see on the wall over there, guys. So.
John McMurtry, he's been there before, so
right.
It's the second time now for him. But it was an obvious, to get him back, and
yeah.
So
it was a good marriage, obviously, between the two.
Yeah.
And just as besides, I was just talking before we started recording to you about quite the larger pieces that you do that have exhibited all over the world, and high praise in that community. But you have made way for what I see is some upcoming, fabulous artists, but also the photographers that have worked at Bloodstock. So that just shows you how important the Ram Gallery actually is. It's incredibly important.
Art and music is like album covers, and it's very important, in terms of music. So I wanted to bring it all together. I came up with the ideas. In supporting art and music, I like the idea of getting young bands. So I came up with the idea of, for getting bands to play the Bloodstock.
Yeah.
It's just it's all part and parcel, really, and it should to have. Like these, this is completely insane.
Whose creation is this?
Yeah, Liam Brandon Murray, his name is, and
wow.
He created the coffin as well.
My goodness, it's kind of there's so much in here that it's sort of hard to, you kind of look around and you see something else again.
Absolutely, yeah. Have you actually sat in the chair?
I have not.
Yeah,
Shall I try?
Just try that and tell me.
Okay.
You look at that, you think
it looks incredibly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. It's okay. It's soft. It's very Geigerish.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's actually really comfortable. I'm very surprised. I was fearful that I was going to tear the arse out of me when I sat down.
No, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. It's wonderful. Yeah. But so with the I mean, again, just the larger pieces that you do. I mean, they just. I'm assuming there's so much detail in it. Taking on a project like that, I mean, is that? I mean, it's like how long is a piece of string, but the enormity of, say, there's a Tolkien-based one in particular. Like, what timeline are we looking for completion of that? I mean, is that over years? Is it?
Yes, can do times. Yeah.
Right.
I tend to work on more than one piece.
So you'd have multiple pieces on the go.
Yeah.
And are you working on anything of that magnitude now? Do you have multiple things on the go?
Yes, I have a huge one, but I'm not telling you what it is.
Tell me off camera. I won't say anything. But assuming that you do complete that, is that something that we could possibly see at Ram Gallery next year?
Hopefully, yes.
Fabulous.
Hopefully, yeah.
Amazing. Okay, well, I'm just trying to take it all in. I advise anyone that is at the festival, you've got to come down here and just check this amazing place out. You know, as Paul said, it's a huge part of the festival, extremely important.
Totally, yeah.
And it's just mind-boggling when you come in here. Just the legacy of everything that's happened, or not happened, but what you've actually created. Just with, again, actually just thinking, I meant to ask you, with your album covers, I believe was the very first one you did was Saxon. Is that correct?
Yeah, Crusader.
Crusader.
Yeah.
Now, from over the album covers that you've done over the years, what was the most kind of trickiest one for you that you just thought, oh God, it's...
Well, I never really had a problem with that.
Right.
You know, when I was working with Biff, you know, it was two ways. You know, come up with it, sent me ideas and lyrics, and
yeah,
I'll take it from there. So yeah, it always seems to be quite easy. You know.
And when you sit down, you work in oils, or is it acrylics?
Oil, yeah.
Oils. I mean, God, that's just so. There's no room for error, really. I mean.
No, it's a different medium, isn't it? So,
yeah, it's a very difficult medium to
Yeah.
use. So the skill is just absolutely, it's unbelievable. But so, are there any particular things that have caught your eye in here this year that you're?
The guitars.
The guitars. Do you want to have a look at these? Come over and have a look at these with the camera.
There's a sword there, like I said.
That's obviously from the theme of the new album. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what actually happens to these after the festival?
Well, they're stored away, but I mean, the idea of what I want to do is get a permanent venue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'll have I've got a huge collection of art.
And is that something that could actually happen in the next couple of years, like a all year round?
I have no idea.
Right.
But it will happen.
And
absolutely, because I want it to be 100% as it should be. You know.
And is it something that you'd keep to Derby, or would you bring that to like
Derby,
the likes of London or whatever?
Doesn't really matter, does it?
No, I suppose not. No. Yeah. Well, brilliant.
There's a guitar down the bottom. You can see that one. That guitar was based on this album. Well, not that one. This one. I saw the artwork.
Oh my God! Yeah.
I saw the artwork, and we got that in there. And I thought, wow, that would be quite insane. So it was a bit of a challenge for Oliver to create that. And Lemmy played with Hawkwind, the band, and that was used for one of the album covers. So.
Yeah. God, it's just so overwhelming. It's so amazing.
It is, yeah.
All the stories behind it. And so you were referring to, I mean, you just, obviously, this is just a taster of, as we've seen over the years, all of your collection. So, I mean, it would be incredible to see this actually happen very soon. And would you stick with the name, the Ram Gallery, Rock and Metal Gallery?
Yes.
Yeah, right, excellent.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, for sure. So you are opening today, isn't it? Today's the first day, Friday, and open all throughout the weekend.
We are, yes. Yeah.
And
there'll be times on there.
Yeah, times on the door.
Yeah.
As there is every year. And if you're not here this year, or you are here this year regardless, I mean, just get down here and come in here and experience this. And it's a nice little break from the madness out there. And on a day like this, it's nice to get a little bit of shade. So, well, listen, thank you so much, Paul, for taking the time. I know you've got a lot going on this weekend, and really appreciate your time. And we look forward to seeing everything that you have coming up in years to come. And best of luck with everything. It's amazing.